are under so much pressure, you end up emerging as a diamond in the end. Hi everyone and welcome back to Walk the Walk. On today's video, we're going to be discussing what are good reasons for doing a PhD and a couple of bad ones. Maybe you've just completed your bachelor's and your master's degree and you're wondering whether the next step should be a PhD. Perhaps you're a seasoned professional who's just wondering whether a PhD is a good way to spice up their life. Or perhaps it's just something that you've always wanted to do. This video will cover a couple of good reasons for doing a PhD and a couple of bad ones. There's actually a really nice quote by Friedrich Nietzsche. He says, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." And this is, in essence, an additional support for the points that I'm making today. Let's just first cover a couple of bad reasons. So, under no circumstance do a PhD because family members or friends are pressuring you into it. You don't really know what else to do, so it just seems like the natural path forward. You want to earn a lot of money very quickly. You want to sound smart in front of people. You believe that doing a PhD will get you a lot of career opportunities. Let's just add a footnote on this one, because in some instances, it might actually lend you exactly what you want. No matter what reason you have for doing a PhD, it has to be so pervasive and it has to be based inside yourself, not in some external type of validation. So here are 3 acceptable umbrella whys that I personally find to be good reasons for doing a PhD. The first and most obvious, excellent reason for doing a PhD is, of course, you are absolutely enamored with a research topic. You are excited about all kinds of research to do with it. You are absolutely excited about all sorts of research that is tied to that particular topic. You are super interested and eager to read a lot of various materials for it. You find yourself wondering about different aspects of this topic, even when you're not working. It's essentially something that feels to you more akin to play rather than work. During your PhD, it will probably start feeling like work at some point. But having that playful aspect of it, that childish curiosity continuously being a part of your relationship with your topic is of course going to be an excellent reason for doing that particular topic for your PhD. And I highly doubt that you will ever start regretting doing it. Another excellent reason why it definitely makes sense to do a PhD is if you would like to work in academia as an academic. If you, for example, find pleasure in teaching and doing research, then this might be the path forward for you. A PhD is sort of like a driving license for the academic world. You have to have it if you want to be a proper part of it. You will never become a professor without a PhD. So if your dream has always been to be a professor, to be a part of the academic world, to participate in conferences, to teach, to give talks, to do research, to write papers, and to publish them, and to pursue grant proposals and do a bit of administrative work as well, then a PhD is definitely something that you should pursue. A third excellent reason for pursuing a PhD is if you've simply always wanted one and something in your life seems to be missing without one. Maybe you've just been born in an academic environment and you've just been exposed to that kind of an achievement from very early on in your life, and this just sort of became something that you've always wanted to do. Perhaps you've admired somebody who has a PhD, so you've always thought that you wanted to do one. Perhaps you simply enjoy being labeled a researcher or a lover of wisdom, and you enjoy being associated with the circles of people who are academics and researchers and people who pursue general knowledge for humanity. Now, keep in mind that I am mentioning 3 reasons here. However, they're not exactly discrete groups of reasons. You might have 2 or all of them. You might have something entirely different. But at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, can it shelter me from all sorts of frustrations because you've had to rewrite a piece of your paper 1,000 times by now? Is it good enough to bounce you back after your paper has been rejected several times already and you're feeling a little bit low? My personal reason for doing a PhD was essentially the 3rd reason that I mentioned. I was born into a fairly academic family where my father was a full professor, and I was from a very early age exposed to him, his academic prowess, and the plethora of friends that he has that are all academics. So from a very early age, I simply wanted one. Let me know in the comments below what your reasons are for doing your PhD. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thank you.